everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very exciting one because I am sharing with you guys a very special, intimate, personal, happy moment, one of the best moments of my life, how I met my now fiance and our engagement story. Now I have told this story a few times on my blog, I've told it to people, and I think I said it one time on Facebook, which is very personal, so like only my friends can see that on there. But I figured I'd make wedding like series videos for YouTube, and you know, I've talked about Sam and you guys know that his name is Sam, but I haven't really talked about how I met him, and I haven't told you guys on YouTube my engagement story. And it is, in case you can't tell just from my face, one of the best stories ever because he's one of the best people ever, and I can't believe that I get to marry him. So I am sharing this with you guys today as one of my wedding series videos. When you guys are seeing this video, it is 9 months from right now that I get to marry him, and I am just so excited. It feels like just yesterday it happened, and I just couldn't believe I was engaged to him, and it was just awesome. And now here we are 9 months away, and I know that, I mean, it's gonna feel like tomorrow and it's gonna be here and I'm gonna be getting married, and I'm just so excited. So before I get into the video, before I forget, make sure to go below and subscribe because I put up 3 videos every week and I want you to be a part of my YouTube family. And I'm going to be, the closer we get to the wedding, a little bit more active with filming things about the wedding. I actually have a huge wedding decor haul that I am planning for roughly the middle of September to plan. It's gonna take a long time to make, so I'm gonna make it like when I know I have a lot of time, because it's huge. Like the wedding decor haul is huge. We have almost everything we need for the wedding, and I'm very excited. So stay tuned for that and make sure you subscribe so you do get notified when that video comes. Let's just get started with one of the greatest stories ever. I'm so excited, I'm like out of breath. So if you're new here, which I do have a lot of you guys, they're new here. My name is Moriah and my fiance's name is Sam. He's very camera shy and pretty much has kind of said he wants to stay as out of the YouTube world as possible because he doesn't like being on camera. He's never liked being on camera. That's not something new. The entire 2.5 years we've been together, it's been very difficult just to get him to take pictures. Taking our engagement photos was really difficult for him because he just doesn't like cameras. He doesn't like being on camera. He doesn't like being anywhere near them. So he won't be on this video with me, unfortunately. Maybe I'll get him in one video one day, but this is him. And he's just so pretty. He's so good to look at. Like, oh, you're telling me I get to have his babies? Yes, please. So I met Sam actually in high school. We went to the same high school. He is and was and will always be a grade below me. And so my senior year, his junior year, we had the same math class. We sat super close to each other, like a row away. And also, he was on the track team, my brother was on the track team, and my father coached part of the track team. So my brother was a high jumper, my father coached only high jump, and Sam was a high jumper. So my brother's actually known him for years longer than I have, and my father's known him for years longer than I have. If you go to the day that Sam signed to run with Wofford, my father's in that picture. So they all kind of knew him before I did, and how we met was I got set up by my big on a blind date with a guy from Wofford named Sam. Not the Sam that I'm now engaged to. And I was super excited. I was like, yeah, I've had a rough time in life. Like, let's go on this blind date. Let's have fun. Well, so then it got closer and the guy was just kind of weird and a little strange. And I was like, okay, maybe I should just not go. And my cousin, the same cousin that I was talking about in that wild story time the other day, was like, no, just go. And if you need me to come rescue you, if you need me to get you, I will come and it will be fine. So I was like, all right, I'll go on this blind date. So I go on the blind date and it was pretty much a bust. I mean, the guy was just a pervert. It wasn't, no, okay, no. Before we even got into the actual dance, it was like the black and gold ball. It was like an annual dance that Wofford has. It was just like, we got there and I was just like, I'm not into this. Like, we're walking up to the dance and he was just like a pervert. It was just a lot. And so I walked in to the dance and the very first person that I see across the room was Sam. I did not go to Wofford. It is like a sister school, like Converse is where I went, and it's very, very close to Wofford. And so I knew he went there, obviously. And I saw him from across the room. And when I saw him, he was walking up to me. Like, he had seen me, I guess, like walking in, and he was walking up to me, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go speak to him. So I walk up to Sam, and it's like so crazy to relive this story now, knowing that like I had just met, officially for the first time, my future husband, the future father of my children. Oh, that's like so crazy. I love it. I'm so excited to marry him. He's the best. But we spoke for only a few minutes, maybe even a few seconds, and I was like, hey, I need to get a picture with you so I can show my dad that I saw you, because my dad, like I said, knew him well, and he was like, okay, even though he didn't like pictures, we had just met each other like 50 seconds before, and so he was like, okay, we can take a picture. So I took a picture with him, and then that was it. I went about my night. Had a fun night with a really weird bad day. Ended up leaving early. Got back to my house, and the very next day, Sam messaged me asking for the photo that we had taken. Now, I wasn't like, I mean, I definitely was like into him by just his looks, like from the get-go, because I have always thought he was cute, and he is. I mean, like, he's so, just, you know, but when he was messaging me, I was like, you know, he's really cute. And then he was messaging me and I was like, oh, he's really sweet. Pretty much that's it. We met at a dance. He messaged me the next morning asking for the photo that I took of us. And then it was just kind of, ever since then it's been literally the best relationship I've ever been in my entire life. It's been the healthiest relationship I've ever been in my entire life. He makes my heart so happy. So now on to our engagement story. So there was a few things that kind of hit turns and all that, and so Sam and I ended up moving in together when we were still boyfriend and girlfriend. It was May 2016 was when we had moved in together, so we'd been dating for about a year and 3 months at the time. In the story time video that I told you the other day, we were living in that house together. It was a very small house, and we ended up living together. So he moved in May 2016 with me, and we have lived together ever since. Pretty much from the time that we moved in together, we've been pretty inseparable. And so we always kind of hang out together. We do a lot of stuff together, and so, I mean, pretty much from the moment that he moved in, we both kind of were like, you know what, we really want to get married. We're best friends, let's do it, let's get married. And it was summer in between my senior year and his junior year. And he came into the restaurant and he had this like sneaky look on his face. And I was just like, what? Like, we live together, what are you being weird about? And he was just like, nothing. Something in my head was like, he bought the ring. He did. He bought the ring. I was right. That is the day he bought the ring. You know, I kind of knew he had the ring, and I was just kind of like, okay. So it was September 2016 at the time, and I had a lot of big things coming up. Okay, Christmas was coming up soon. After that, I was turning 22, and then a few months after that, what would be now May 2017, I was going to be graduating college. So I was like, okay, he's for sure gonna ask me at the latest graduation day. I knew he had the ring, and I knew I had all these events coming up, so I was like, okay, for sure. So he kind of started getting a little weirder more towards Christmas, and I was like, well, maybe he'll ask me Christmas Day. We go to my Nana's on Christmas Eve, so I was like, okay, yeah, it's for sure. He's gonna ask me on Christmas Eve at my Nana's. And my mind just kind of went blank after that. I was a senior in college, so my finals were so incredibly hard. And Sam and I have always loved dating each other. We always, to this day, we still date each other. And so finals were about to get in full swing. And so he was like, hey, can we go on a date sometime in the next week or so? And that will be our last date before finals start. Again, I still thought he was gonna ask me on December 24th, but he didn't. So December 3rd rolls around, and I had a meeting at work He had track practice, I had my meeting, so I got ready for my date before the meeting. I go to the meeting, and I'm sitting there at work, and I'm, you know, just going through my meeting, thinking nothing crazy, and that was pretty much it. I left to go on my date, and everybody was acting normal. Sam was acting normal, he wasn't acting nervous. And we went to our very favorite sushi place in Greenville, Mirasaki, I believe is how you say it, in like downtown Greenville. December 3rd was a Saturday, so it was just a Saturday morning. It was very early, and so Mirasaki was slow, Sam was normal, and he was just like, hey, do you want to go by Spill the Beans, which is my favorite coffee place in downtown Greenville. And on the way to the coffee place is White's Pavilion, which is just, if you guys know the Greenville, South Carolina area, you know that White's Pavilion is so beautiful. We almost had our wedding there because it's just so pretty. But it was so expensive, like $20,000 expensive. And we were like, maybe we won't do that. But anyway, so he was like, do you want to go to Spill the Beans? And I was like, yeah, we'll go to Spill the Beans. Can we stop by White's Pavilion? And he was like, oh yeah, sure, that's fine. White's Pavilion, we'll stop by there on the way to Spill the Beans to get dessert and do nothing other than that. So we finished up lunch and we're walking to go see White's, just because, like I said, we've been there all summer, and I kind of wanted to see how it changed. It like sits right on the river, and it's so beautiful, and I just love downtown Greenville, and so I was like, let's just go see how it looks. So we're walking to White's, and Sam was just being really sweet. He was laughing, he was talking with me, and we turn the corner and go down the stairs to go to White's. And right when we get like across the street onto the sidewalk, and we're like just a few feet away from White's, I see this person off in the distance. Now, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on camera, but y'all, I am blind as a bat, okay? And I rarely wear my glasses. Just don't like them. Well, I didn't have my glasses on this day, thank God. Oh my God, those pictures would have been so much worse. And I see this guy far off, and I know that he has a camera, and I was just like, oh, you know, it's downtown Greenville. It's very common that you pass photographers all the time in downtown Greenville. And so I was like, okay, maybe it's just a photographer taking a picture of White's. White's is beautiful, whatever. And we're approaching it, and Sam starts saying all these really sweet things. He starts asking me, you know that I love you, right? And I'm like, yeah, of course I know you love me. And he's like, and you know that I want to grow old with you. And I was like, yes, I know you want to grow old with me. And we're like walking inside now. We're inside of White's, and it's just beautiful. It's like a beautiful, like, fall day, I guess. And it was just like the perfect weather outside. There was a little bit of overcast, and we were just walking, just going to the river, and he was just being so sweet and asking all these cute little questions. So we got to a part of White's, and we were just looking at the river, and he stopped, and he was like, you know I want to have children with you. You know I want to marry you. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, well, then I have one more question to ask you. And he starts digging in his pocket, and I was like, he's gonna ask me to marry him. And so, without even waiting for him to ask the question, he pulls this ring box out of his pocket. As he's starting to get down on one knee, I just started yelling yes. I was just like, yes, 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 yes. And he just kind of stopped, and he was really calm. And he got down on one knee, and he was like, Moriah, will you marry me? And I was just like, oh my God, like even thinking back to it now, it's just like the sweetest moment ever. And I was like, yes, of course. And I hugged him. So as I'm hugging him, I hear this clicking sound. And I turn to my left, and you can see the photos. My friend was there holding a camera and caught the entire thing on camera. And so as I'm sitting here and I'm bawling my eyes out, just realizing what just happened, and you know, I see my friend there standing with the camera, I then realize that that's my father's camera that this friend of ours is holding. So my father knew. I mean, obviously he asked my father, but my father had like a part to do with this day. My mother knew, my friend knew, and we posed for a few pictures, and it was just like, it was the best day ever. When you're watching this video, it'll be 9 months away from the wedding, and I'm so excited to marry him. I have the most beautiful bridal party ever. I have the most amazing family members ever that are helping me plan this wedding. our save the dates are in. Our save the dates are going out like 2 weeks from today, I believe. There's just a lot happening and I'm so excited. And I don't think, and this is my ring. It is literally the prettiest ring ever. He did such a good job. Oh, he did such a good job. Like, oh, has a ring ever been more me? No, it's perfect. So we will be getting married May 26, 2018 at 5 o'clock in the evening at the most gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous wedding venue, and I am just so excited. Thank you guys for allowing me just to share a little piece of one of the most special days of my life with you. As always, I love you guys, and I will see you next time.